Good people. Good people. This is your boy Cool McCain. It's a Monday, and I'm with my other half of wrestling royalty, my fellow monarch, my boy, the Playmaker. Playmaker, what up?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big week for one of us here, and you know it's not me. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. Cause this man here has been working hard, and his week is coming up upon us.
Friday is lit day, boy. But can't wait.
Which is very interesting because next week one of us gonna be on this show pissed off.
Ain't gonna be me.
See, you want to take shots already.
Nah, it's not even a shot. I ain't worried about it.
It
You know
better
what I'm
be
saying?
you, god darn it.
I ain't worried about it. What's gonna happen, gonna happen.
Until next Wednesday, you go win.
What's gonna happen is gonna happen. As long as ain't no stank stuff. If we just get outplayed, we get outplayed. If it's some stank stuff, it's gonna be a problem. That's how it goes. Y'all know what it
So,
is.
so this week's gonna be interesting, and next week gonna be interesting. And seeing what has happened in around the world of wrestling, this guy over here to my left, yeah, I can see him firing off a couple of shots tonight.
We're gonna see how things go. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna promise there won't be no shots. I'm not gonna guarantee there gonna be no shots. We're gonna see. You know what I'm saying?
And guess who? See?
Already
Hey,
started.
matter of fact, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, Damien, what's good? Nice to see you back on your time as you usually are.
What up,
But
Damon?
wait a minute, somebody showed up on time tonight.
What up, Cole?
And he returned to the morning shift this week. I think he needed a break.
Hey,
I
you
think
gotta get them breaks, bro.
November
It
must
be
be the
real.
good time to take a break.
It be real, bro. Out in these streets, streets, however you want to say it. It be real.
As our good brother would say, it's hard in these streets.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, man, let's get to it. I know you don't have a lot of TNA stuff, but we still got to get to it.
Yeah, we got to do what we gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We doing the thing like we doing it for TV, even if we ain't doing it for TV, but we do be doing it for TV. Matter of fact, shout out Real Wise Radio. Your boys is live on there. 502 Angel Radio. Your boys on there as well. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love from y'all. Putting your boys on, letting us spew our own brand of nonsensical foolishness over these airways, as well as on Facebook, as well as on all the other platforms, YouTube, all that good stuff. Cole hits us with a good evening, Monarchs. Good evening, sir. We're gonna answer Damien's question, then we're gonna get going. Question with
Let's see.
everything that happened with Netflix having technical problems. Should WWE be rethinking the Netflix deal? Damien, the kind of money that Netflix is playing, even if it ain't no show, WWE don't care.
By the way,
That's, yeah, know what I'm saying?
Netflix might be happy that fight wasn't as good as it was advertised with all the typical technical difficulty that was having.
Right. Cole says, Wise is the man. Thank you, Wise. Absolutely. Wise is the man. You
And you
know, the
know what?
master,
I miss Wise. Wise used to be in the chat.
the mastermind. Hey, when you the mastermind, you got a lot going on. You know what I'm
I know.
saying? He on AEW now. You know what I mean? He ain't got much free time.
Cole, you're right. They before they do get to WWE, they do got NFL games coming up.
Yeah. Cole says Netflix will get
Oh,
that
and
problem
they should get that important because they be talking about the
by Christmas
National
Day.
Football.
The NFL will make sure Netflix gets their stuff together. And that's true, but I'm just saying the kind of money that they putting into the system, WWE and they parent companies like, hey, if we miss a week, we miss a week, we be all right. We throw that thing on Tuesday or Wednesday that week. Put it in the archive. Daniel Berry Sports in the building with the afternoon. What up, Daniel Berry, man? Shout out to you, bro. You show up for us. Real talk. Daniel says the only fight that was great was the Serrano fight, even though she got cheated.
I have no
I didn't
comment
watch it
on that.
because I already knew it was
I
going to
know. Only thing I'm gonna say is this: if somebody land more than 100 more punches than the opponent, how the heck did they lose? That's all I'm gonna say.
hot trash. 5 billion. I agree with you. Cool. Cole says, "Hey man, I'm just saying we WWE ain't that worried about it." All right, let's get into a little total non-stop action, little impact, real quick. We know
And it wasn't impactful.
everybody ain't got pay-per-views coming up, but some do. Impact is not impactful a lot. Like just to keep it above. Mike Santana squared off with Casey Navarro, with AJ France. Got a little beef with them, and Mike Santana won.
He better have won. He already beat Moose.
Gia Miller, which is there now. Right. Gia Miller was in the back with Ryan Nemeth and Nick Nemeth. Nick wanted his match that he has with Brian Myers to be a title match, but Santino said no. Nick wants to be a fighting champion and respects Myers. He knows the system will be lurking. So he's going to do what he does best and steal the show. Ryan says he'll have Nick's back after he takes care of Joe Henry. He said that Joe Henry's video about him is ruining his life. If you don't know, man,
do they still believe in Joe Henry?
About Ryan Nemeth, right? And the video basically said he's Nick Nemeth's brother. I don't think they doesn't. Nick says he knows Ryan will do great. I think I see a turn coming down the road with Ryan. I believe I see a turn coming. They didn't show the thing last week about Trent Seven turning on Mike Bailey. We had another backstage segment, but we're just gonna move on. The Rascals took on Alan Angels and Jake Chris. Jake Chris is a former TNA wrestler, back, and then Alan Angels was a member of the Dark Order in AEW. He sporadically appears on TNA. The Rascals won a match. Spitfire was in the back. They're of course, the tag team champions. Jody Threat has a match with her. She says that she'll make sure that life in plastic isn't so fantastic. That's wild, but that's what she said. We get a match between Josh Alexander, the Northern Armory, and the Northern Armory against Jonathan Gresham, Eric Young, and Steve Macklin. If I remember correctly, we had that match last week too. Josh Alexander, the Northern Armory, won. Next week, we're going to have a match between the Hardys and Ace Austin and Trent Seven, Jake Something, and Hammerstone. So there's that. All right, then we have Ryan Nemeth versus Joe Hendry. Of course, Joe Hendry won. They put a hype video for Turning Point, which will be their next pay-per-view in a few weeks. Rosemary has a match against Jada Stone. Rosemary wins. Good nothing else to say about that match. The System presented themselves with rings in the ring before the show. Yo, they wild. Eddie Edwards says he's going to take the TNA Championship back at Turning Point. He's going to have a match with Nick Nemeth. Some more talking, blah, blah, blah. Nick checks on his brother who's hurting from the match with Joe Hendry. He has to go to the ring. He runs into Frankie Kazarian. Kazarian says, "Sorry about your jobber brother." Then tells him he hopes he's not too distracted and wishes him luck. That's wild. It's crazy work that they're calling his brother a jobber. That is crazy work.
Find the lie.
Super.
Find the
Did I
lie.
think I froze?
No, you good.
Come on, man.
No,
Can
you good.
you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So then we have Nick Namath against Brian Myers, and in his corner, he has Eddie and Alicia Edwards. Sorry, I have my notes typed, and for some reason, my computer has frozen. Even though y'all can hear me and see me fine, my notes and stuff is not working. That's not good.
Hmm.
Um, that's all right.
See,
That's all right.
Cole said TNA froze your stuff.
It probably did. It probably did. But I can pull up
Told you
the results.
TNA. Told you TNA was not impactful.
It was not impactful. I just want to tell you who won the match. I know who won the match, but I want to be able to see it to tell you right. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the winner of this match, come on, come on, come on. Look like that screen is TNA done frozen me good, Cole. Cold blooded. So Joe Hendry came out and he was in Nick Namath's corner, and Nick Namath defeated Brian Myers. What is so hilarious is that
Cole Johnson said somebody needs to tape Alicia's Edwards' mouth shut.
it's not that's not incorrect. That is not incorrect. Ladies and gentlemen, Playmaker, hold it for a moment for me. I'm gonna get out of everything and try to get back in Google, and I'll be right back. So, cause we gotta be able to get to our stuff. I'll be right back, y'all.
Well, as I said, TNA was not
Wait a minute.
impactful.
Wait a minute.
And you went through the rest of the card, right?
I did.
All right, because
Oh, we good now.
Here's
It
the
must
interesting
be TNA real talk.
Here's the interesting thing here. They announced a Turkey Bowl match for Thanksgiving. Turning point. Joe Hendricks, Eric Young, Hammerstone, PCO, Brian Myers, and John Schuyler. Turkey Bowl match, sir. Now, those of you who are trying to figure out what is a Turkey Bowl in wrestling, TNA has announced the return of the Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match for Turning Point. The Thanksgiving Turkey Bowl match is one of the promotion's largest running theme matches, dating back to 2007. Back then, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Chris Sabin battled in a three-way match where the loser was forced to wear a turkey suit. So, the match here in 2024 will feature 6 guys. And the loser, which means whoever gets pinned or submitted, if I remember correctly, will be wearing a turkey costume. I'm giving you the names again. Joe Hendry, Eric Young, Hammerstone, PCO, Brian Myers, and John Schuyler. Floor is yours, sir.
What in the Sam Hill is wrong with them? Right? Come on, man. Like, I wasn't.
All I'm sorry. When I looked up TNA, that theta part, I'm like, I got to say this.
Has got to understand just because you've done something doesn't mean it's a good idea. Instead of doing them having to put on a turkey suit, how about you do something where like they get a championship shop or something that makes sense? You know what I'm saying? Something that make people like, okay, that makes sense. But instead, what do we get? Tomfoolery at its highest level. Haberdasherous behavior. This is just, it's okay to get rid of stuff that's been around when it sucks. It is okay, I promise you, TNA. No one's going to say, hey, I'm not watching TNA anymore because they're not doing a stupid turkey bowl match where somebody's got to put on a turkey outfit. Now, you got like a turkey bowl 6-pack challenge or a shot at some championships or something like that. That makes sense, right? But the loser has to put on a turkey suit. Why would you even want to be in that match? What is the benefit of even being in that match? There is no benefit at all to being part of this match. To have yourself associated with this hot garbage is terrible. That's all I got to say.
Well, I know who's not losing this match. Oh man, this is TNA. Total nonstop affliction.
I was gonna say something different.
I know you was.
Yes.
we don't use that kind of language on this show, sir.
You are right. We do not. That's why I said I was gonna say something, but I didn't.
Hey, let's get to our first break.
Let's go to break because right now
I want people to marinate on that match.
Peaks University powder. They ain't even a tornado. Powder pool. Somebody was in a pool full of powder to make this decision. When it started and now. But digression. Not gonna sit here.
No, we'll get to y'all comments after the break because I want y'all to marinate on this.
The break. But this is ridiculous. Let's go.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and where you can find podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets. Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We're going to see about Cup. And running back Karrion Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
All right, good people, we are back in the building. Let's go. You want to get to the comments now? Or we gonna get to
Go ahead. Why are you looking over there blurry for it? Why is you blurry all of a sudden?
That is a great question.
There you go.
There we go. All right, let's hit these commentuals. Okay. I got to give it all the way back up, y'all, because y'all been commenting a lot, which we appreciate. So Cole says, TNA Impact is what is Joe Hendry doing? Everything else is straight up back burner, including Nick Nemeth. This is facts. That's why you might as well go ahead and make Joe Hendry the champ, but they must not believe enough.
Drop the K. Drop the K in Nick. It's only NIC. There's no K in there.
Yeah, Playmaker wants you to drop the K. Go. All right, Damien says prayers for Conan and hope he gets well soon. Yeah, definitely. Cole says TNA needs to be beaten down, placing their tag team titles on the Hardys.
Oh, he missed that episode when you had a tangent on that one.
Yeah, you'll get no argument from me for that, Cole, because I think it's hot doo-doo juice, and I agree. Hottest of doo-doo juice. Cole says the TNA roster froze. It might have. He also says somebody needs to tape Alicia Edwards' mouth shut.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would be upset with that except for Eddie Edwards. I don't think anybody else would be upset. He would probably like you punching the vocal cords, but he would probably like her mouth to be untaped. I'm just gonna stop there. Cole says she sounds like a drunk New Englander every time she speaks. Good God. He's not wrong for saying those things. Damien says Alicia Edwards want to be Vicky Guerrero. Cold-blooded. DS3, which is our guy Cole, says a Vicky Guerrero wannabe at Damian Hernandez. You might be right. She's not doing a good job though. Cole also says Turkey Bowl, Q Clay Davis. Cole also says, why don't we have the gobbledygooker wrestling that match? Because WWE would be enraged if they were to use their gobbledygooker, even though they have a talent sharing agreement. I mean, I guess you technically could, right? You can have some nobody dress up as a gobbledygookler. Cole agreed. See, the loser is all six of them. All of them need to wear turkey costumes, including Hendry.
You gonna do your boy like that, Cole? Really? You gonna do your boy like that? I thought you believed in Joe Hendry.
Hey, we know who don't believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, I've been said that.
TNA don't believe
in
Joe Hendry.
Have I not said that?
You have said that. You have. And I'm not trying to take anything away from you. I'm just saying we know who don't. Damien says, I swear to God, if we see the gobbledygooker, and for those who are listening, he has a crying face emoji and a rolling crying face emoji.
Those of you who are trying to figure out what we're talking about, just go to YouTube and type in gobbledygooker. And you'll get some very old WWF episodes. Not WWE, WWF.
Cole says, I love it when Cool says haberdashery. Yeah, you know, some words you just got to put a little more emphasis on. You can't say haberdashery.
That's the only word he can use that fits properly with what he really want to say.
Mm-hmm. Hogwash works sometimes too. Damien says it sounds like a Vince McMahon kind of match. Well, Vince McMahon had a lot of road rage too, because you know Vince McMahon, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, all that good stuff. So there's that. BS3 Cole says TNA total nonstop yassery. And yassery, know why? How about we say that? I agree. Sick. What up, Sick? Sick says, what's good, everybody? Chilling, man.
Sig has made it to Monarchs of Wrestling.
Yes. Cole says, fine, Dolph Ziggler. No.
I said, letter, you want to go to Dolph Ziggler, see?
Six says, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. He hits the double clap. Then I believe in Joe Hendry, and he has the musical animations on both sides. So he is singing this to y'all. I'm not singing it to you, but he's singing it to y'all. Cole says, I believe in Joe Hendry, playmaker. I don't believe in him being in crappy matches. Facts.
Tell
it, brother.
I'm just throwing it out there, you know.
Throwing
it out there. Now, before we get to this so-called pay-per-view coming for All Elite Wrestling, I saw something on social media just before we went on air, and it caught my attention.
You did.
Now, those of you who know me, y'all know I really don't say nothing that goes on social media like that. But wrestling news X account / Twitter account, whatever you want, wherever one you prefer. Some people prefer X, some people prefer Twitter. Whatever rocks your boat. All right. But wrestling news puts out here, AEW shows is expected to run in smaller venues in 2025. Your thoughts, sir?
Not surprised. Not surprised. I mean, if you're not making the money, if you're not filling up the venue, why be in a big venue? Because you think about it, if you go in a smaller venue, it's going to cost you less for the venue, right? Which is a positive. We all would agree that's a positive. Also, if you go into a smaller venue, you get the opportunity to be like, you know what? We ain't gonna worry about what is or what isn't happening as far as attendance. The numbers don't even matter as much from the standpoint of visually, right? Because now you're in a smaller venue. So I think it makes a lot of sense for AEW to do this. And then if you start to see an increase in viewership, you start to see an increase in people coming to the live shows, I guess I should actually say, then you can always pivot after that. But I mean, you're not filling up arenas because you're not putting out a product that people are willing to pay to come see. So you might as well make the adjustment not putting out as much money. I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
And you're blurry again.
Just keep it in the book.
What are you doing to get blurry? That's what I want to know.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
All right. We have a pay-per-view up in New Jersey. New York, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Full freaking gear.
Full freaking gear. Sounds like a rated R pay-per-view almost, huh?
I mean, they have a pre-show called 0 Hour.
Fair enough.
I mean, you set that one up. You set that one up.
I did. Good job on catching that one. I set it up.
Speaking of 0 Hour, am I reading this correctly? Big AJ versus QT Marshall and 0 Hour.
Yep.
Am I reading that correct? Oh my gosh.
It's 0 hour, bro. They kept kidding about 0 hour.
Gotta channel my Cole Johnson on this one. So here's my thing. We have a Champagne Championship celebration featuring the AEW Women's Champion Mariah May. That's lovely as she is. Who's crashing the party? That's all I want to know. Who's crashing the party? Or would Mina turn on Mariah?
No, it's not.
Okay. You said that very quickly.
I was trying to remember. Chris Statler is already involved in something else, so it won't be her.
Yes.
I
just want to know who's crashing the party. That's it.
I don't know.
Because this is not going to be a champagne celebration and nobody crashes the party.
Without somebody. You know who would be great to crash it? The Timeless one or whatever new version of Tony Storm. This would be a good time for her to slide back to.
To be honest, I was surprised it took you this long to say that. That's the first person that came to my head.
It was the first person, but somebody else that came to my head too. And I was trying to decide.
I'm saying, like, how long Tony's been missing now? Now, Sick Dig does put an interesting name in there. I can rock with that, Sick. I can definitely rock with that. Miss Thunder Rosa herself.
Yeah, he does say Thunder Rosa.
Even though I would prefer her on Busted Open because she doesn't wear makeup, and good gracious, that was a good looking woman without the makeup.
Really good looking without the makeup.
The makeup doesn't do her any justice. Cole Johnson threw a name in there, and I saw a picture, and I was like, "Oh boy, this is." I don't know how I feel about that one. I really don't.
So he threw 2 in there.
So you knew which one I was thinking of. You knew which one I was talking about.
Yeah, I knew which one you were thinking of, bro. We on the same vibe, homie. You know I knew.
I don't know how. Andy Hartwell.
The only reason I would say Saraya is
they said they put in there.
Yeah, see, put Saraya in there and Nyla Rose. Nyla Rose sucks, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Nyla Rose is big for no reason. Nyla Rose sucks, bro.
They have taken Nyla Rose and took the beast out of her. Yeah. She's no longer a beast.
No.
That's the problem.
She's trash juice Nyla Rose at this point. But Six says the native beast Nyla Rose. He also says Saraya. Not gonna front. Everyone knows my stance on Saraya. That's one beautiful.
I need Saraya. You know what? I'm used to Saraya not in the ring now. I'm just used to her taking all her little pictures now.
But the thing is, I think like she can only wrestle certain dates. It feels like, I mean, I haven't read anything on this, but it feels like she only can wrestle so much. So she trying like conserve that little time she got left type thing. So Six says Ruby. Well, the thing with Ruby is, remember, Ruby is actually having a baby. I don't know if she's had the baby yet or not, but Ruby
we ain't gonna see Ruby for a long time.
Ruby ain't gonna be back for
we still haven't seen Alexa Bliss yet.
Right.
And it's about to go on 2 years.
Sick Dicky says, wait, isn't Indy Hartwell still under contract with WWE? No sir. She was ceremoniously booted.
Along with Baron Corbin and Tegan Knox.
Before it aired. And she found out on social media she got let go. Cole says Saraya, 3 sick emojis, 3 throw up emojis.
Me and Cole Johnson, we here. Me and Cole Johnson, we here.
If you want to talk about you don't want to see her wrestle, that's one thing. But y'all not gonna sit up here and disrespect my pale boo now. We're not doing that.
We not. Look at the next comment.
Yeah, I'm just making sure everybody know.
Me and Cole Johnson, we here.
for my pale boo. That's my pale boo.
All they should need to do is take pictures. That's it.
That's all she got to do. Take pictures and be quiet. Definitely take pictures. Definitely take pictures, Soraya. Take all the pictures you want and post them because I'm following you. You know I am. 6 says, okay, fair enough. At Cool McCabe. Talk about Nyla Rose. Cole says, I agree. Nyla Rose has become the woman's version of what WWE did with the Big Show for 15 years. That's all she got to do. That's the only thing missing. So 6 says that still that 90-day no compete clause isn't there. I don't know if it's a full 90 when you get released like that. I think it's like 30. I don't think it's gonna be her either way because I don't think that 30 is gonna be up. But I think it's like 30. It might be 90. But either way, it's too soon, I believe, for it to be Indy. But it's good to throw her name in there just for the sake of reminding people she has been working out with some AEW ladies. If you didn't see that, she's been working out with Mercedes Moné and Camille. And we look at Camille and we think Camille is like a tall, monstrous woman. Indy towers over Camille. So apparently Indy should have been being used in a different role. Maybe we're going to see a more physical and volatile and violent Indy if she comes to AEW.
I did not think this conversation was going to take that long, to be quite honest with you.
Yo.
Sig, you're wrong for that.
Sig says, what if Santino Morella's twin sister Santina makes an appearance?
You is wrong for that. You say you need to be putting time out. You need to be putting time out. You're wrong.
Yolanda says, can you tell me
AEW Full Gear, my sister? AEW Full Gear. They got a pay-per-view coming up this weekend on the 23rd up in New Jersey.
And 6 says there's also Persia Perota. There's a lot of people, but it's got to be somebody that makes sense storyline wise, y'all. Because the one thing that AEW is going to do is make sure that Mariah May has a good storyline, right? So it's not going to, like, a lot of these stories is like they just throw some powder in a tornado room and just go for it. But I feel like certain people, they do try to have a good story for it. I think Mariah May, after defeating Timeless One, is one of those people. But it's about a good time to see Timeless One back. But Cole throws a name out there. Britt Baker, DMD, is crashing no, she's too much of a backstage cancer to do that. She's also not the same person she was inside the ring. I'm sorry, but if you put Britt Baker up against Mariah May right now and Britt Baker wins, your championship is garbage.
I'm gonna ask a serious question here. How much is that breakaway Adam Cole affecting her?
How much is it affecting them both? Adam Cole got about as many muscles as my godson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a serious question I'm asking because it's not. You can tell something's not right with both of them, and I think it's the breakup.
Yes, we are.
All right, let's get through this quick because I did not think me asking that question would spark this kind of discussion.
Hey,
I was not prepared.
Always be prepared, sir. ABB.
All right, let's get through this quickly. We have a tag team. We have a 4-way tag team title match. Private Party Defender Day finally won AEW title, even though me and Cool don't like the way they had to win it. This didn't make no sense. We got the Outrunners. We got the Kings of the Black Throne. And we got the Acclaim. Can I say I don't care?
I mean, you can. I'm gonna say that Private Party keep the titles, but it just got
they can keep titles. I don't care. All right. If I know my co-host is that if there is another match he can care less about, MJF versus Roderick Strong.
Less than less. This match could be on the pre-show. If I was at this event, this would be the match that I would go take a dump during, just to make sure I missed the entirety of it.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
But
MJF.
I mean, come on. Roderick Strong.
All right. Now we're gonna get to. I'm gonna be respectful to the title matches, so I'm not gonna disrespect the title matches on this one. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna roll with Hangman Adam Page and Jay White.
It only makes it would make sense for Jay White to win.
Neither way is gonna make sense.
Right. It would make sense for Jay White to win though, just because he's gotten the screws thanks to Hangman a couple of times and whatever. But I'll go with Hangman because I mean he lost the last match and apparently they just don't care. They just go back and forth. So let's go with Hangman. That's why not.
Like I said, it don't make sense which way they go.
It'd be 1-1, and they'll have another match, and then the winner will be world champion next week. Like
they'll have a one-on-one match. They'll have a one-on-one match. They'll forget about the third match, and then the person who won the match will end up losing to somebody like Roderick Strong on Dynamite. What are we doing here? All right, now let's get to some interesting territory now. The old buddies to do battle. Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreys. I already know who you're picking. I'm picking the same person.
Bruv. Kyle Fletcher or the bruv? Come on, man. The bruv.
I already know who you're picking. That's who I'm picking. I'm going with Ospreys.
Bruv.
Kyle Fletcher, you did your job. You did the heel turn. Now you must suffer the consequences.
Sucks.
All right. We're gonna get to a couple of title matches before I get to another one because this last title match that I talked about is very important to my co-host here. So first title match we're gonna talk about TNT Championship. Jack Perry defending against Daniel Garcia.
Jack Perry,
You have said on multiple times they paid Daniel Garcia quite well, so I'm kind of 50-50 on this one because of that darn contract he got.
I don't think they care about him.
Okay, so Jack Perry keeps the TNT Championship.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Professionalism. TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné defending against Chris Statlander.
I hope it's Chris Statlander. I so hope it's Chris Statlander. I hope it's Chris Statlander.
It will be Mercedes Moné.
But it will be Mercedes Moné.
It will be. You want to tell you why it will be Mercedes Moné? And it's not because that I have an affection with Mercedes Moné. As my co-host would tell you, if you haven't been around for quite some time, I've been having a very dissatisfying taste in my mouth when it comes to Mercedes Moné and AEW.
Just like Liv Morgan. He has.
And I got to get to her next. Great. Let me tell you why. If y'all been paying attention, I'll be catching the clips and all that stuff. You see how she's been treating her muscle lately? It's the classic wrestling story.
Mm-hmm.
They setting up for the turn to happen because she's gonna get to. And let's be for real. Carmella is bigger, stronger in every aspect, except for money and beauty than Mercedes. And Carmella is quite lovely looking at too. But they just setting it up. Mercedes Moné will win. Now, sir, here's a match that you didn't know you wanted until it was coming to fruition. Swerve Strickland versus Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley winning this match. It's his first match in AEW. Bobby Lashley's winning this match without any question. We all know it.
But you saying that? What does that do to Swerve Strickland now?
It's going to be because of outside interference.
No, I'm saying, what does that do to Swerve Strickland now? Because that puts him on a bit of a losing streak here.
Hey, he was already on a losing streak. So
that's what I'm saying. He's on the losing streak. So
well, actually, he wouldn't be on a losing streak because he beat what's it called?
If you want to count that, but okay.
I mean, he beat
He beat Shelton Benjamin.
He beat Shelton Benjamin.
But another big fight match, and he loses again.
But it's Bobby Lashley. Like, you can't fault him for losing to Bobby Lashley.
It's not me faulting him for losing to Bobby Lashley. It's me going back to the stupidity of AEW.
Okay, well, I mean, you'll get no argument when you tell the truth from me. But you get no argument for that. If you want me to argue for AEW, then you got the wrong.
No,
person.
I ain't saying argue for AEW. That's why I phrased the question the way I phrased it. Because
I feel you. I'm just saying you get
another
no
big match, and you're gonna have Swerve lose again.
You have to. You painted yourself into a Swerve lost corner. You did that. You know what I mean?
Cole Johnson, I echo every single word you put in that. Okay.
We'll get to him.
But finally, you know what? I did say I was going to be respectful, right? To the titles.
You did.
Orange Cassidy, you shouldn't even be in this fight. John Moxley.
I agree with everything my coach just said.
I can't put respect on this match. There's no way on God's green earth that Orange Cassidy ever beats John Moxley for a title.
This is Orange Cassidy Vader. This is Lord Vader Cassidy with his black jeans and his black t-shirt. That's gonna make him win. That, and he's got Darby Allin, who's about 25 pounds soaking wet in his corner.
All right, let's get through some of these comments before we take our break, because we know we got a lot of other stuff to get to, because
we do.
Because WWE decided to provide me about a lot of stuff.
They always do, sir. All right, let's see where to start at here. All right, so Cole says AEW, the best thing that happened in the past week was when Chris Statlander speared both Camille and Mercedes Moné through a wall. That and the interview that the Hurt Syndicate did with Renee Young on YouTube. Those were the best two things. Six says, has Shad Khan finally pulled the reins on his son's reckless spending? No.
He got bigger problems than AEW.
Now, this right here is in my nomination for Comment of the Night so far. What is that Death Riders crap? You mean to tell me the Batista is this angle is Wheeler Yuta? He's going to be the star Moxley wants to create in his haberdashery of an angle? His haberdashery of an angle? Lord have mercy. Amen. You know what? I'm gonna do you one better than that. I'm gonna do you one better than that, Cole Johnson. For that comment right there, I got a little something for you. I just gotta find it right quick. But I got to get it to you because you deserve it. For that comment.
Oh my brother, testify.
That's what you deserve.
And my co-host has said this ever since we started this show back in August of last year.
Yep.
And he's frequently said the reason why that certain company is lacking structure. If you don't know the answer, just tune into Smackdown on Friday night and you'll find your answer.
Okay. Six says one thing that's lacking in AEW is structure. Storytelling, logic, non-souped up on white powder, people making decisions. Those are other things that AEW is lacking, but structure is definitely one of them. Let's see. Cole says Orange Cassidy freshly stale. Adam Cole Bay needs to stay clear of TV, and Will Ospreay should be insulted being on this card. Facts. I should have saved the "Oh My Brother Testify" for that one. And then he says, along with Bobby Lashley and Swerve Strickland, straight insulted. Put some extra air in your chest for that one. Six says, darn cool McCain, you cold-blooded more than Rick James. Cold-blooded. Y'all know how we get down around here.
Oh, see, this is your first time seeing the show, so you missed a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah. And he says, and Cole says, and what? And WTF? Ooh, almost. Are they doing with Mariah May? She's a great talent, and they've pumped the brakes hard on her behind.
She's still a champion. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, and she's still wilding out. So those are two things that are important. But I do feel you, Cole. A lot of these we did get to right in here. So let's see. We'll come back here real quick. 100 Cool McCain. Mariah May can yawn and wrestle circles around Britt Baker in the ring right now. Britt need to go get some training, bro. I ain't even trying to be funny or hate her. Cole says, why does it sound like Private Party is wrestling cosplay teams? Well, one of them is only going to scissor if they win the championship. So no scissoring for a while. Six says the tag team scene is a mess. There's a lot of backstage shenanigans that's hampering the division.
Tell me an AEW show that wasn't backstage shenanigans.
Facts. MJF versus Roderick Strong. Strong is more entertaining yelling "Adam" than being in a match, and that's true. Six says Roddy will have backup against MJF, and it won't matter because his backup sucks too.
And we're talking about Maxwell Jacob Freeman.
Yeah. As long as there's not a championship against Will Ospreay on the line, there's a low chance of him losing.
MJF is better than him, and he knows it.
I would agree with that statement. I endorse that statement. Six says Hangman needs to win against the Switchblade.
AEW is you never know.
Cole says you make Page this monster just to cut off his testicular fortitude carriers with Jay White. Why? The entire AEW is a mess. Sick Diggy says you like that one, Playmaker.
I'm talking about the Coles. Like
I know, yeah.
Oh, we gonna have you go over Swerve Strickland, and then you're gonna lose on Dynamite to somebody we can care less about. What are we doing?
That is the way of the Powder Man. All right, the Powder Tornadoes make you do things like that, man. I'm telling you. Six says Will Ospreay, of course. Cole says Perry versus Garcia will probably go on for the next 3 to 4 months. It will, and we're gonna get some dancing Garcia too.
No dancing Garcia. No dancing Garcia.
Cole says Statlander versus Monet. Give me a Sheamus over Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds with Statlander over Monet next.
For those of you who don't know, I want to say WrestleMania 29 in Miami. The kiss of death. That is what Coach was referring to. A kiss from AJ Lee to Daniel Bryan, bro kick, and then Sheamus wins the title.
Yep. Cole says AEW needs their ass beat for making Swerve look weaker by the month. Well, you gotta look weak to win around there. That's crazy. Cole says, remember, Playmaker, the man who holds the book does an inordinate amount of blow. Yolanda says he's beaten before, though, which is true.
Talking about John Moxley and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that was like 3 years ago, but he has beaten before.
But that's when he actually was making some sense, even though you probably didn't like it.
I mean, I ain't care. You know what I'm saying? And Claudio will probably make Cassidy and Darby human darts. There's a very good possibility that is what's going to happen. It's an extremely good possibility that that's what's going to happen. It's such a good possibility that I would agree with you, sir. All right, Playmaker, I know what's up. Know what you're ready for. So we about to hit this commercial break real quick. And after we hit this commercial break, we coming back, and it's time to give y'all some WWE. Y'all a lot happening over there too. But hey, when the pay-per-views come, it just suck up the time. It is what it is.
No,
And
when I threw that question out there, that's what took up the time.
And of course, our interaction with our wonderful fan base, as well as
Jeez.
Playmaker his question.
I'm gonna be better prepared for that next time.
Yeah, it's all things that kind of got us. But hey, you know what? It's all good because we on here.
I don't know where it's gonna be. Y'all gonna have some more comments when I get to WWE.
Yeah, we on here to talk. So let's get it. Break time.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific time zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
All right, y'all. We back in the building. It's WWE time.
And say, thank you for correcting me. Right place, wrong number. WrestleMania 28. That was in Miami. All right. Big Monday Night Raw. Gunther facing up with Damian Priest. Damian Priest only the world champion, sir.
Too early for him to win it back. That's what's real.
Somebody said Damian Priest went 8 Mile on the champ.
He did. He snapped. He did his thing with the words. He saved us from hearing the same crap over again, so thank him for that.
And Gunther was petrified, which is hard for me to say. But this is where we're at. Yet again, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins, same building equals a brawl. Adam Pearce is fed up. Seth Rollins wants a match. It is set up for tonight. Put a pin in that because I have a question coming up later on about that. So, by the way, Damian Priest smacked Luka Kaiser around. Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
He did.
Now, sir, we asked a question last week, and we thought one way, but it went a totally different way. The Miz and Final Testament beat down the Riot Six.
Crazy work.
How do you feel? We thought one way, they went the other way.
I feel like Triple H was hanging out with Coney Khan last week. That's how I feel.
Ooh, okay. We saw Seth Rollins after he got the match that he wanted, and he's getting ready to leave the arena, going about his business. And Sami Zayn wanted to have a chat with the Visionary, talking about being the fifth member of the Bloodline. Seth Rollins said his choice words about Roman Reigns and respectfully declined Sami Zayn's offer. Respectfully. He's getting ready to leave the arena. I mean, he's being interviewed. Was that Jackie Redmond that was interviewing him? Yeah, Jackie Redmond was interviewing him. And now in the parking lot, guess who you see? Bloodline 2.0. Solo now wants to talk with Seth Rollins about making him his fifth member of the Bloodline for War Games. And Seth Rollins repeated his words about Roman Reigns to a degree. But he also told Solo that he would never team with somebody who wants to be Roman Reigns.
I think he said the fake Roman Reigns.
I want to be Roman Reigns.
That works too, yeah. It's all the same thing. It's all the same like Mary Kay.
Yep. I want to be Roman Reigns. So Seth Rollins says no to War Games twice in the same night. But put a pin in that because we're going to come back to it later. I'm trying to tell you. Then we had the WWE Championship match. The Power Cakes of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair going against the Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan, and her best friend, Raquel Rodriguez. Now, I'm just going to ahead and spoil the Power Cakes retain their title. Here's my question to you, sir. Why in the blue? I think you know what other word I want to use. Do we have Nia Jax and Chiefly Stratton getting involved in this match? Still to this day, a whole week has gone by, and I can't find a logical reason why the women's champion and Miss Money and Bank is getting involved in the tag team title match.
After calling them in the Battle Royal the week prior. So it's like you really got a death wish. That's what I feel.
You had an answer for me because I couldn't find one.
You got to have a death wish, bro. That's all I got for you.
Because I'm sitting here like, why is the champion getting involved in another championship match?
Maybe she wants to be a double champion.
She has never said anything about being a double champion.
Nia Snacks.
Nia just has never mentioned being a double champion. She don't even care about the women's tag team championships.
You asking me questions? I'm trying to give you an answer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you ask me questions, but you know, I be paying attention. I be paying attention to how Nia treats other wrestlers, and she can care less about them tag team championships. Remember when she looked at them and said, "Oh, it's so cute that y'all got your little tag team championship." But remember this: I beat both of you to be the women of the women's division. Which told me right there she can care less about them tag team titles.
Or maybe.
And then weeks later, you have her involved in the tag team championship match. mean, she already dissed the tag team championships anyway. I just had to get
told you who we were hanging out with.
Because that didn't make no sense to me.
I told you we've been hanging out with. What I tell you?
All right. Before I move to NXT, Sid Diggy says, could it be that the Rice will be getting payback at the Final Testament further down the road? It's the Rice we're talking about here. So, yes, payback is on the way. Payback is definitely on the way. And speaking of which, after the beatdown, Bo Dallas was laughing.
Yep.
Which Karen Cross was looking very, very bothered by.
I mean, if you got any kind of sense, you would look bothered by that. I just beat this dude, yes, and he laughing at me. Like, what is that? That's some wild stuff.
It is. Cole Johnson says the power cakes explode. The beginning of the breakup is nigh.
Everything Boston. I love you.
I thought y'all a little technical difficulties there. Let me put it up there. So y'all just watching and see it. It's live, baby. Anything can happen live.
What? I'm gonna see if anybody caught that because I know exactly what just happened. I will see if anybody else caught that, especially the person he did it to. Oh man! All right, yeah, that. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to talk about the cover no more now because you. Jeez.
Live TV.
All right, 6 plus. Nia Jax has been a women's tag team champion at least a couple of times. I know she's been in once. I don't know about a couple of times.
I mean, maybe she has, maybe she hasn't. Maybe she won it again. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows?
I'm not saying she definitely does. I'm just saying I wouldn't totally discount the fact that that could possibly be her motivation. Is what I'm saying.
Well, let's move to NXT. And why you say NXT? Because NXT had an important week. That we didn't really pay attention to.
NXT is on fire right now.
But NXT is taking over.
Yeah, NXT is doing the thing.
Now, to begin this off, now we're gonna have a little sadness here from my co-host here. Just a little, not much. But Stephanie Vaquer and Julia, they whooped up on the Medicaid, and more importantly, whooped up on Jakari Jackson.
They did. But you know what, Jakari? You still thicker than a sniffle. You still part of the meta case. So you know what? You don't win them all. But you know what? We all winning when you out there.
She did not deserve that kind of beating.
No, she didn't.
Jeez.
As long as she out there, we all winning anyway. So it's all good. Good window by them.
Yeah.
No shit.
All right. Ava has brought back the Iron Survivor challenge. We had qualifying matches on both the men and women's side, and on the women's side, So Ruka snatched the soul of Cora Jade. Now, Cora, I did not expect you to come back and be on a losing streak. That was not my expectation when you came back.
Well, she did come back as Robin. She didn't come back as a Batman. She came back as a Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So Robin can lose.
That's a fair point. But So Ruka is quietly making her way up the rankings here. Just snatching souls. And if you have never seen So Ruka's finishing move, look it up. I love her finishing move. Man, we had a triangular promo featuring the NXT champ Trick Williams.
Whoop that trick.
You know I was waiting on that. the guy who pinned Trick Williams at ECW's NXT, Rich Hollins, and the man who wants payback against Rich Hollins, Andre Chase of Chase U. Now I'm gonna skip the goodies of the promo and go straight to the main results. This week, Rich Hollins versus Andre Chase one more time. And this is how it would go. This is how it's gonna go. Winner gets a shot at deadline against Trick Williams. However, if Rich Hollins does what he been doing to Andre Chase and Chase U, and has been beating their behinds, Chase U is no more. Major stakes in this one. Which we thought last time was major stake because they fought in a freaking ambulance match.
Stakes just keep getting higher. I guess if Andre Chase win next, they're gonna have to have a shank match where they both just gonna get knives and just start shanking each other. I don't know what's next.
So that took place. That really took place. I couldn't believe it. I did say there was an Iron Man qualifying match, Iron Survivor qualifying match with men and women, right?
You did, sir.
Evans is continuing to stay hot. He defeated Lexus King to qualify for the Iron Survivor match. And by the way, Wesley won his match too, so he qualifies for that line too. I forgot who he beat though. It wasn't that important because I think he was going to win anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now co-host.
Yes, sir.
Kalani Jordan got her rematch for the North American Championship. But the same result took place. Hangman retains the title. With the 3-on-1 advantage from Fatal Attraction was too much for Kalani Jordan.
Yep.
We got it. My sister says she is impressed with Sol Ruco's wrestling. How can you not be?
I think she might have been talking about my Medicaid that got beat down.
I don't think he's talking about Sol Ruco because I said,
okay,
finish your move. Now we get. Now I'm gonna say this. For once, I believe my co-host was happy to see a different Cody Rhodes who opened the show on SmackDown. Was you pleased, sir?
I was. Finally, he didn't come out of the suit with a smile, kissing babies and writing autographs. We finally got somebody who want to fight.
He wants to fight Kevin Owens.
He showed a little ruthless aggression.
He wants to fight Kevin Owens. Nick Aldis doesn't want to do it. Pretty much doing the whole Triple H, doing the whole Paul Levesque stitch, which eventually we know how this is going to go. Nick Aldis not going to make the match. Cody Rhodes going to have to go to Triple H to get this match, just like Randy Orton did, and we go from there. Which means, are we going to get this match at Survivor Series? Because we 12 days away.
Probably not.
Think it'll be a little longer.
It should be, but he has to defend the belt in a few pay-per-views because he's been in other stuff. But we got to give everybody a reset because the champions had to go to and fight, and then they had to hype it up by having a belt that they was taking around, a horrible-looking belt that they were taking around everywhere, but that you don't even see anymore. It doesn't matter because it's staying in Saudi Arabia, but that's that.
All right. Last week, we were finally introduced to, not last week, the week before, but we said it on the show last week. We was finally introduced to the Women's United States Championship, and we're going to have a tournament. Bayley advanced, took the first step towards that U.S. Championship by winning her match in the United States tournament. I know that makes my co-host very happy because anytime Bayley is on top, he's happy.
Those Cakes and Bailey. Good win.
Speaking of United States, LA Knight retained his title against Alberto Carrillo after he owned Alberto Carrillo in a promo, even though it was between him and Santos Escobar.
Some Juventud name, some jabroni named Juventud wouldn't have made any difference. But yeah.
It's the promo, man. It was just a promo for me. He said, "Why she calling me daddy and you screaming uncle?" I was like, "Wow, that's just."
Because she's the only one that can call me daddy. Everybody's screaming.
LA Knight went in, but you thought that was the highlight. No. Not to borrow anything from LA Knight, but Shinsuke Nakamura returned, and he returned in a dark-sided, so a more dark-sided Shinsuke Nakamura, sir.
Why he look like a Sith Lord? I was like, just get that dude a Darth Vader match and let's just do it. Forget it.
Came out in all black. The hair covering the face like he came all of a sudden. Are they gonna do something with Shinsuke this time? That's the question.
No. When have they ever done anything with Shinsuke? So the answer is no.
I gotta ask the question though. I just gotta ask.
I mean,
He came back. That's all.
I know you do.
He came back. I'm gonna say what happened in the middle of the show for the end because there's a lot surrounding that. Tag team championships, Mobile City Machine Guns defended against the Street Profits, and Tommaso Ciampa wanted to have none of it. So which way are we going with DIY? Are we breaking them up? Are we turning? Which way are we going with DIY?
Can I be
because
honest?
he actually put Johnny Gargano at the end of it too. So.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
Who the fudge cares? Who cares? The bigger question is where are we going with the Street Profits? Who actually matter?
Well, Angelo Dawkins did sock Chris.
One of them boys. One of those machine guns.
He shot one of them pretty hard. Even though they were trying to tell them that we had no idea this was going to happen. But yeah, that's a very good question too. So we got 2 questions for 2 tag teams. What is y'all going to do with them?
I would like to see a heel Street Profits. No. I would love to see a heel Street Profits.
Okay.
But we can't because B5 is just starting to get some face love. So
by the way, the reason why you didn't hear me say B5 because she was part of the match with Bailey. I forgot somebody else. And Candice LeRae. It was a triple threat match. Bailey, B5, and Candice LeRae. And obviously, I told y'all who won that match. And it was kind of obvious because you put like the known superstars in that match.
I can't say what I want about B5. So I'm just gonna say
he's finally on board now.
I was sleeping, but I have awakened. I'm gonna leave it there.
We had Nia Jax going against Naomi for the women's championship.
Clear who's gonna win this match.
Nia Jax retained. Tiffany Stratton was the first one to interfere. Bailey evened the numbers, and Candice LeRae decided to put the favors back in Nia Jax's favor, which was the difference maker in that. Now for the real talking point. Yes, the bloodline was in the show, but I saved it for last because in the middle of the show, Bloodline 2.0 came out. Solo did his little stitch. The OG Bloodline comes out. We have a Bloodline brawler. It's on. The OG Bloodline got the upper hand. Solo Solo went to some more Spice City, but took a spear from the Roman Reigns. Sammy does the jump. Everybody does the jump. Jacob Fatu was actually neutralized for once.
For a hot second.
Then him and Roman Reigns found themselves in the middle of the ring, circling each other. We getting ready for a showdown. And a big surprise happened, sir. I'll let you fill in.
So, pun intended, it was Bronson Reed with the big Bronson Reed. They teased this on Raw, and it made sense, right? Like it literally made sense from who they have now. What is Bronson Reed doing? Bronson Reed is doing this thing with Seth Rollins, sort of. Personally, where I'll go with it, I know you're gonna ask the question, so I'm just go ahead and say the time and answer it anyway. Personally, where I would go with it is I wouldn't have Seth Rollins. I would have Braun Strowman come out and be the 5th member for the OG Bloodline team. Unlike Bronson Reed, he don't have to throw the one up because he's not joining the Bloodline. He's just going to be in a match with them. But he would be a perfect 5th member to battle now the 2 monsters on the other team.
And you going back to long-term storytelling.
Because
we never did get we did get a conclusion thanks to Seth Rollins, but
yeah, but we never got one with them.
No, that's what it was with them. That's what I said, because of Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins did the stump to the stairs and Braun Strowman won the last man standing match. Or last monster standing match. So I say.
That would be great to have Braun Strowman be that 5th member, because that's the kind of firepower they need.
See, I had a different question in mind. But I do like your take on that, though. I do love that take. But the question I was going to ask, as I set my watch here and we closing in on 8 o'clock, how long until Seth Rollins put himself in this Bloodline Wars match? And question 2, how long would it take Seth Rollins to stomp Roman Reigns head into the mat? Because he's going to do that too.
I think that he won't, because of his extreme hate. I think he will stay out of it. And that's why Braun Strowman is the perfect man to slide in there.
So that brings me to my 3rd question, because I remember I told you put a pin in Raw at a certain point. Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins are all supposed to fight tonight.
They are.
Will we have a definitive winner in this match? Because I don't think so. Bloodline 2.0 gets involved. And it's going to force Seth Rollins to get a part of this.
Unless Braun Strowman shows up. Seth Rollins could be put out for another 3 months with 7 more tsunamis.
And then finally, as we close SmackDown, Roman Reigns all beaten up, sitting in the chair, because after the beatdown that they took, thanks to Bronson Reed showing his behind up, you can hear Jay Uso say, "Make the calls, make the call." I don't know if people caught that, but he was telling Roman Reigns to make the call.
Oh, he was lying.
Roman Reigns grabbed the phone and he makes the call. Long-term storytelling, people. Long-term storytelling. He makes the call to the wise man. There's another ringtone. There's another ring. Why is that? If you go back to 2 weeks after WrestleMania, right? The week after the Solo took out Jimmy Uso, then the following week they took out Paul Heyman, right? Remember, before they took out Paul Heyman, Solo broke the phone. So
but
as of right now,
isn't broken. The one for him to call the final boss.
So how does Roman Reigns get to the wise man? Long-term storytelling. So now let's get to these comments before we get out of here.
All right, we'll start where Cole was at. The power cakes explode. The beginning of the breakup is nigh. I hope not, but you're probably right at some point. Six says, could it be that the Y6 will be getting payback at the Final Testament further down the road? They definitely will. Here's a comment about Nia has been a women's tag team champion at least a couple of times. Yolanda said, I was impressed with her wrestling, though, talking about B-Fab, I think. Was that no, that wasn't where that was it? She said something about B-Fab. This is the one
we're down towards the bottom, looking at it.
Yeah. Soul Ruka's Soul Snatcher is an insane finisher. It is. Cole asked, who's Bailey's jobbing to for the U.S. title?
That's a very good question, sir.
Probably Naomi.
And Cole hates that question, but that's a very good question.
Probably Naomi. Cole says, poor Shinsuke, they just feed him the crappy angles. Six
I thought
says,
you like
Bailey.
LA. I thought he liked LA Knight.
Who?
Cole. Why
It's not they don't like LA Knight. It's that this is what they do to Shinsuke. He's not going to win. He's going to come out. He's going to be talking in Japanese and trying to be whatever and all that. The last Ronin, the Dark Ronin and all that. And then he'll get beat down. That's why it's a bad angle. Six says, Bailey's cakes will give you a serious sugar rush at Cool McCain. Sick Diggy, I drink my water, my boy. I drink my water, my boy. Sick follows up with a yeah. I'll be good. Six says, King Shasha. What difference does it make? Yolanda says, I said that too. And she also hits us with a laugh out loud. Of course, referring to what I said about Shinsuke's outfit. Six says it's meant to be like a dark Ronin with the Shinsuke Nakamura's character. I get that's what it might be meant to be, but he looks like.
Move on. Don't even finish that. Don't even finish that. You just move on because you think it hard.
Like dark Jedi. I can't say what I want to say. I'm just gonna say he looks like a weird Jedi, some kind of weird Jedi character. Can't say what I want to say. Can't say it.
Let me say, be right there.
See, I can't do this I can't do this one by myself. I have to have a co-host because it'd be those moments. I'm not trying to get kicked out of YouTube. It'd be the moments. Six said Tommaso Ciampa isn't called a Sicilian psycho for nothing. Yeah, true.
I don't like seeing him being a psycho though.
Not yet. Mad. It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming, but boy, how he's at those are my tag team titles. I want my title shot. And everybody else is getting it before me.
Right. Johanna says B-Fab impressed me. She also says CM Punk with the wise man. Bruh, if they bring Brittle Phil out there, I'm done.
For War Games? That man this guy Foote is doing a Hell in a Cell match.
You do better with Drew McIntyre than Brittle Phil.
Yeah, I definitely don't see Drew McIntyre getting involved.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Personal opinion, I feel where you're coming from, Yolanda. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying, like, Brittle Phil. And she was talking about Miss Jackson in the first comment.
She was talking about Miss Jackson. Okay.
And you know what? I forgot to say, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. But I am sorry they did you that way.
She did not deserve that, Shawn Michaels.
And that's why I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, because I don't like that they did that to you. That was just not right. Not right at all.
Now I get it. Last Lesson is how can I put this? Last
the
Lesson
star
is
in the making in their mind.
Yeah. Jeez.
They can both be stars, though. You ain't got to be doing Miss Jackson like that.
Come on, Sean. Better than that.
Agreed. Playmaker. Any final thoughts, Mambo?
No, we finna go watch Raw. I'm gonna watch more than I'm finna watch this Cowboy game because I don't know why the Cowboys was on Monday night. I'm finna watch this Raw and we gonna see what happens with Seth Rollins.
Absolutely. Two things, good people. Two things. Number one, just want to say to everybody, make sure that you tell 4 of your friends, the people you think are your friends, and 4 people who may not be the fondest of you, Just because they may or may not be fond of you does not mean they will not love this particular wrestling program here. And also, it is never where you start, but it is always where you finish. For the Playmaker, this is your boy Cool McCain. The Monarchs are out of the building. We will see you next week. Make sure you're here with us. We'll be reviewing the AEW pay-per-view, of course, previewing. I think a little something might be happening in the WWE and some other stuff. Tune in. Let's go.